Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Elimination. 4 at once. Perfect aim. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The enemy captured point C. A captured. Perfect aim. First strike. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Eliminations. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Playmaster. Point C captured. Point C is under attack. Point B captured. Point C lost. Perfect aim. The enemy captured point A. Perfect aim. Domination. Point C captured. Point C is under attack. Point B is under attack. Point C is under attack. Point B captured. Point C lost. Point A is under attack. Merciless. The enemy captured point C. Point A captured. Point A is under attack. Perfect A domination. Point A is under attack. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Elimination. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Perfect aim. Point B is under attack. Point B captured. Point B is under attack. Domination. Point B is under attack. Double elimination. Perfect point A domination. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Point B captured. Point B is under attack. Elimination streak. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Bang. Point A lost. Point B is under attack. The enemy captured point aim. Point B captured. Awesome. Point A captured. Bang. Point A is under attack. You rock. Point A captured. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Elimination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Triple elimination. Merciless. Domination. Incredible. Perfect. Blade Master. First strike. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Nice. Perfect aim. Bang. Awesome. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Elimination streak. Perfect aim. Nice. Perfect aim. Domination. Perfect aim. Domination. Bang. Point A is under attack. Perfect aim. The enemy captured point A. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Elimination streak. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Bang. Domination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Incredible! Perfect aim! Merciless domination. Point A is under attack. Double elimination. Blade Master domination. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bang. Merciless. Double elimination. Merciless. Triple elimination. Blade Master. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Bang. Nice. Bang. Domination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Perfect aim. Elimination. Double elimination. Merciless. Domination. Bang. A lost. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Nice. Point A captured. Point A is under attack. Elimination. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Point A captured. Perfect aim. Domination. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Nice. Perfect aim. Bang. Elimination. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Merciless. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Incredible. Triple elimination. Merciless. Perfect aim. Domination. Double elimination. Blade Master. Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Nice. Perfect aim. Five, four, three, two, one. Perfect aim. Assist. Point A captured. Perfect aim. Merciless. Point A is under attack. Point A is under attack. The enemy captured point Perfect aim. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Point A captured. Perfect aim. Domination. Point A is under attack. Point A lost. Assist. Point A captured. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Point A lost. The enemy captured point A. You rock. Double elimination. Perfect aim. Triple elimination. Perfect aim. Domination. Elimination 4 at once. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Assist. Point A captured. Point A is under attack. Point A lost. Perfect aim. Perfect aim. Bang. Perfect aim. Domination. Elimination. Perfect aim. Bang. Bang. Point A is under attack. Point A is under attack. Point A is under attack. Perfect point A domination. Perfect aim. Point A is under attack. Point A lost. The enemy captured point A.